It was a very dark, gloomy, depressing December for me. Even until now, it's already January, almost halfway through, and I feel like I've lost all motivation to continue everything here because I just really want to go home. Um, yeah, that's it. I just really wanted to go home. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's episode is a little bit different than all the others because there's no Sydney scenery. Pambahay lang ako. I'm just at home. It's a Monday afternoon and I've just finished school. I have been quiet the past few weeks because there's been a lot happening recently. Being away from home, from my family and my friends, basically my entire comfort zone. It was all very challenging as it is, but everything's just been heightened by the pandemic and the subsequent lockdowns and the border closures. One of the reasons that I chose to study here in Australia was because it was relatively close to the Philippines. So I thought the 2 to 3 hour time difference was very manageable, and anytime that I felt homesick, I can just catch an 8 hour direct flight that's relatively cheap and I'll be right at home. My boyfriend was planning to visit last year and I had booked a flight home in September, supposedly as a surprise to my family, but of course none of that happened. Just recently, there's been a tragedy, actually two tragedies in the family, and it was very hard for me to accept the fact that I was stuck here while my loved ones were grieving. I deactivated all of my social media accounts because I felt like, the world around me was so happy, everyone was festive, and I couldn't stand seeing posts on social media about families that are getting together to celebrate the holidays, um, you know, just being happy, being together while I was just stuck here, unable to be with my family, especially my boyfriend, in what could be the most trying time of his life. So I badly wanted to go home, but I couldn't, and it was just simply depressing. I was also supposed to go on a 5 day road trip with my friends here in Sydney over the Christmas break, but I had to bail at the last minute because of what's been happening. I downed a bottle of champagne all to myself on Christmas night, and that's actually the first time that I got drunk. I was just in my room, so you don't have to worry. Um, I spent New Year's Eve just holed up in my bedroom because I simply had no motivation, as in zero, to celebrate or to do anything at all. So I just slept through the night and I just got up early for a 6 o'clock morning shift on New Year's Day. So I just worked. It was a very dark, gloomy, depressing December for me. Even until now, it's already January, almost halfway through, and I feel like I've lost all motivation to continue everything here because I just really want to go home. Yeah, that's it. I just really wanted to go home. So when my previous boss gave me access to a professional he had hired for his staff in Manila, I accepted it. At first, I declined because I thought, it can't be that bad. I don't think I needed to speak to anyone or a professional. But after a while, I accepted the offer anyway because I thought it wouldn't hurt to hear from someone else on how to deal with this. Perhaps she could offer me some perspective from a third party point of view. And she did. I was actually pleasantly surprised when the session turned out to be helpful for me because being able to talk to a professional who was trained to handle emotions and was not at all related or concerned to with any of my issues was actually refreshing. So we talked about a lot of things, and we also talked to her. I also talked to her about my hesitations to continue this channel, this vlog, because of all of the things happening. And then she just said, vlogging is just like journaling. It's like keeping a diary, only through a different medium. And they actually strongly encourage that for people undergoing emotional stress, because when you have so much going on in your head, it just gets overwhelming. Being able to write it down helps, because the idea is you get the thoughts out of your head, you transfer it into something that you can read, something you can process, into something that you can analyze. And so, when the dust settles, you will be able to read it and say, hey, if I got through that, I may be stronger than I think I am. So she said blogging is just like that. It's just, you're doing it through video instead of writing it down. During our conversation, one thing that she said to me was that kind of served as a wake-up call was this. She said, Roxanne, you said you started your vlog because you wanted to share your journey. What you're going through now, even if it's not pretty, is still very much of your journey. So why are you leaving it out? And then when she said that, I just thought, yeah, you know what? You're right. If you guys remember, in my very first vlog, I said that this channel was actually more for myself than for anyone else, because I wanted to document this phase of my life. And hopefully along the way, I get to inspire someone out there who would like to take the same path. I'm not here to cry in front of all of you and to share in detail everything that's happened to me in the past weeks, because believe it or not, I am still very much a private person. My closest friends and my family know that I'm not much of a talker. I like keeping to myself. I guess I'm just here as living proof that, every journey has its ups and downs. But as long as you keep your eyes on the goal, you will find a way to, gather some strength and move forward. So now I'd like to share with you some of the things that I learned with regard to managing emotions. These are not my words. I did not research them, actually. These are just some of the things that I learned from our session with the psychologist, but I thought it might be worth sharing because I know I'm not the only one struggling these days. So first of all, the goal is not to eliminate what you're feeling. The goal is just to manage it. And here, I will share with you a quick 5-step process to emotion management. Step 1, identify the emotion. Are you angry? Are you lonely? Are you scared? Are you happy? Are you disappointed? Are you frustrated? Identify it, label it, because it's important to put a label to things, even to your own emotions. So once you've identified your emotions, step 2 is to understand what's going on. So where is each specific feeling coming from, and how do they manifest? How do they reflect in your life? So it actually helps if you write these down. So for example, if you say that you are frustrated, you're angry, you're sad. So for example, let's say you're mad, you're angry. Ask yourself, why? Are you angry at a specific person? If so, who? Or perhaps you're angry because of a specific situation. If so, what is it? Where is the emotion coming from? So just understand that emotion, break it down into something that you can understand. Step 3, and I was actually surprised when she told me this. She said it's a vital part of emotion management. Step 3 is to allow yourself to feel the emotions. You know how you go about each day doing your normal routine during daytime, and yet at night when you're all alone in your bed, that's when all the emotions start creeping in. Suddenly you have a whirlwind of emotions coming at you from everywhere. Don't run, don't shrug it off, feel it. Cry if you have to, scream if you have to, whatever you do, just feel it. Side note though, it's best not to make any decisions when you're in the face of feeling the emotions, because it's best not to decide on something when you're very, very, very emotional. So this is just, just to give you time to, if you're grieving, grieve, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to grieve, allow yourself to just feel it. Step 4 is to channel the emotions into activities. Now, this is very different from when you just go straight into activities without processing your emotions. I am actually guilty of this because I personally find it hard to process my emotions. Actually, I find it hard to identify my own emotions sometimes when I get too emotional or when everything gets too overwhelming. My defense mechanism is to just shut myself out and go away, just be alone, and never talk to anyone. And then she said, distracting yourself without confronting the emotions is just like sweeping your problems under the rug. So you're not really addressing them and you're not helping yourself if you do that. So channel your energy to do something productive. Paint, sing, draw, work out, do a vlog, even do some TikTok videos, whatever works for you, just do it. And step 5 is, I think this is my favorite step. Soothe or calm or treat yourself. Get yourself a tub of ice cream, Netflix and chill. Go on a road trip if you can drive, or if you have friends who can. Treat yourself to a nice massage. Indulge in a sumptuous dinner, go shopping. Anything that calms you, do it. So yun, that's the 5 steps. I know it's not a one size fits all, but that's what what she told me during our session. So step 1, identify your emotions. Step 2, understand what's going on. Step 3, allow yourself to feel the emotions. Step 4, channel your emotions into productive activities. And step 5 is to treat yourself. Once you decide to be an overseas student, you'll have lots of opportunities opening up for you. Of course, you get a chance at a better life. Hopefully, you get a higher paying job. You can move up the corporate ladder. You can achieve more in your career, meet a lot of people from all over the world, experience life in a different country. But all of that comes at a cost. Financial cost, first and foremost, dahil hindi biro yung pera na gagastusin mo if you want to study abroad and you want to support yourself. Emotional cost, of course, and mental. You'll have to make sacrifices. You'll have to endure being away from your family. You'll have to be strong enough to face the physical, the mental, the emotional hardships of being so far away. Well, physical, because if you're like me and most other students here in Australia and all over the world, you'll have to work your ass off to pay for your school fees and cover your living expenses. And it's not easy, especially if you're in a foreign country. Mental hardships, because you'll have to continuously challenge yourself to do well in school, because that's your primary reason for being so far away, diba? You can't afford to fail in any of your classes, so you really have to be on top of your game when it comes to academics. And of course, the emotional hardship that comes with it, because there are moments like this when you just feel like total crap. It's so cliche, but it can't be any truer now more than ever before. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The struggles, the sacrifices, the difficulties will make you. It's not gonna be easy, but hey, in life, nothing is ever easy. So just hang in there. You're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. So I hope that kind of helps. I hope hindi kayo nagsawa na ako lang yung nakita nyo for the past few minutes. I just wanted to get it out there and to just say that the journey is not always easy. No, it's not always happy. You will not always be smiling. There are days when you just feel like you're a total failure. There are days when you feel like, you're just a total mess. There are days when you get sleepless nights because so many things are running through your head, and sometimes you just need to cry yourself to sleep because that's your only option. But that's all of that is part of the journey. So the important thing is you need to motivate yourself to move past that stage. You need to still get up in the morning, do what you have to do, because life doesn't stop when you do. So I hope the 5 steps to managing your emotions somehow is of help to you. Of course, I'm not a professional, but those are the things that the psychologist told me during our quick session. So I do hope that you find it helpful. My next vlogs are not going to be like this anymore because I choose to move on. I just wanted to get this out there because, as I said before, this is still very much part of my journey and I didn't want to leave it out. Now, on a lighter note, as you may have noticed my hair is not black. It's colored and it's actually shorter. Ta-da! So the next episodes will be about that because I was able to shoot 2 vlogs before all of this happened. So thank you very much for listening, and I do hope that we all stay safe, stay calm, and keep moving forward. Bye!